Okay, so. Alright, so it gave me the first derivative. Said consider the curve given by this equation. It can be shown dy dx equals blah, blah, blah. Write an equation for the tangent line. Guys, your A problem is going to be written such that like everybody should be able to get it. You know what I mean? That's usually how it goes. And we know that's y minus y1 and x minus x1.
So easy. That is facts.
So easy. We know that.
I got A.
Y is 1, x is negative 1, so y minus 1 equals something minus negative 1.
They gave
Okay,
the derivative.
and then the derivative, they gave it to us. I just had to plug it in.
Well, that would have been a nasty derivative to find on our own.
A little bit to solve, yeah.
Because I tried solving and that wasn't.
It's not written down.
Wasn't no
I
simple
think I
algebra.
remember.
She shut down all of my ideas.
Okay, so I get 1 over 3 plus 1, so I get 1/4. And there we go.
Bro, I got a point.
She wrote that like 10. It took like 3.
Now we're going to look at the scoring guide in a minute so you can see how they actually gave the points for this. We'll look at that as soon as we finish this problem. Okay. Find all the coordinates of points on the curve where the tangent line at that point is vertical. All right, check it out, guys. If I take, here's the derivative, right? The derivative would be, it would have a vertical tangent line when what? Bottom equals 0. Very good. Horizontal tangent lines are top equals 0. Vertical tangent lines are bottom equals 0 because then it's going to be undefined, okay? So let's put that equal to 0. Now, just that information right there, you guys, that would be,
When y equals 1
like,
and x is.
give you a ton of answers. This gives you like a number of answers,
Thank
right?
you.
Yeah. So,
See?
what do we do with that? Any ideas?
Plug them in.
Okay, look. Find the coordinates of all points on the curve. They have to be on the curve.
Oh.
So we have another equation we have to figure out. Right?
Tell you that.
Okay, so look. On the curve means that they actually have to be points that lie on that. So guys, you know what I have right here? I have a system of equations. Now, it's not a linear system of equations, right? It's all like crazy, which means that I can't just go and, you know, cancel out but something, do it by elimination. I have to do it by substitution. Which equation can I solve for a single variable? What do you think?
X.
Top equation for x. Let's do it. So if I'm solving this for x, and just so I don't have to like divide by a negative and it's going to take me forever, I'm going to move the x over. Is that okay? So x is 3y squared. Right?
Yes.
Okay? And we know that with substitution we solve for a variable, we put it into the other variable. So I have y to the third minus 3y squared times y equals 2. Is that something we can solve?
Yes. That's y cubed.
Cool.
minus
What's
3y cubed.
3y squared times
2y
y?
cubed, which would
3y
make it square
cubed.
root of 2 plus minus something.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so 3y cubed. And if I
Oh, it's
subtract
just positive.
1y cubed minus 3y cubed, I get negative 2y cubed.
So that would be negative 1.
So
and
y
then it
cubed
would
is negative 1, so
equal
y is?
negative 1.
Very good. Not plus or minus, because that's for squares. Yeah, not plus or minus, because that's for squares. So y is negative 1. Now, I should be able to plug that back in to either one of these and get the x value, right?
Look at the
Top one's probably.
Yeah, probably top one's easier. So that one, negative 1 squared is 3. So that one would tell me
So it's 3.
negative 1 squared is 1 times 3 is 3.
So it is 3.
Even I know that.
Oh my gosh. So 3 minus x is 0, so x is 3.
Yeah.
Right? If I had plugged it into this one, okay, it would have given me negative 1 to the third is negative 1, plus x is 2, so x is 3. So in either case.
So we have negative.
So that's the point. There's one point where it has a vertical tangent line, and it's the point 3 negative 1.
Not 0, 0.
Thank you.
Okay?
And then just
Did Zach make that mistake?
Yeah, he's done it.
Okay.
All right, let's not be too mean to Zach. Come
I
on.
hate you, Zach, or what?
Hold on, I'm the only one allowed to bully him. All right,
No, I can bully anyone, bro. I'm the
Guys,
class
Zach, I
bully.
guess we like to.
second derivative. You guys ready to do the second derivative?
No.
Nah.
Let's do it. Okay.
Don't we need to isolate the variables first?
Heck no.
What?
Also, guys, remember that you want to like organize your work nicely. Dallin and Steven with careful handwriting.
That's too late.
Organize it, or the grader is gonna get like pissed off. I mean, you don't have to like
I don't care if the
this
grader
bad.
is
Okay.
0 anyways, bro.
All right.
Technically, if you put your name on it.
Okay, you guys ready? Okay, here we go. Second derivative.
Wait, I wanna actually do this. Low
All right.
minus
Hold on.
x.
Derivative of the top. Hey guys, grab one pink, one blue packet. Grab a donut and some juice.
The derivative of this
Derivative
is
of the
6y
top.
dy dx minus
Bottom
1
minus
all
top.
over the bottom squared
Derivative of the bottom.
3y squared minus x.
Okay, guys, derivative of the bottom. You ready? 6y dy dx minus 1 all over the bottom square.
Oh my gosh, I
Then we
set
plug-
it up.
Are we gonna try to simplify this? Heck no. No, but we're not gonna simplify it. We're gonna plug in. Okay, look what we're gonna plug in, guys. -1 for x.
Don't we have to solve for
1
dy
for
though?
y.
And dy dx. Yeah, I was like, don't we have to solve for dy dx?
And we need to figure out what dy dx is. Now, I'm not gonna plug it in.
Oh,
But
this is the first one.
what was dy dx? 1/4. We already found it. You can plug it in again if you want.
I didn't do that. That's okay.
dy dx was 1/4. I'm not gonna plug this whole thing in. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I'm just gonna put in 1/4. So I want you guys to take those values, plug it in. Hey guys, guess what?
What's what?
This is an FRQ. Do you have to simplify that down?
No.
Absolutely you do not. Okay? Plug in those points and be done with it. Alright? Now I will solve it to see if you're right because it might we'll see how you did, okay? Alright. 1/4. 3 plus 1.
Minus 1
6
all
times
over
1 minus 1.
It's over 16.
3 of 1 squared minus -1.
Okay, so 1. Okay, now, by the way, guys. Okay, right here, you're done.
Yeah,
I didn't
All right.
even do that. There's another one.
yeah, because it's y 6y dy dx.
Yeah, Mitchell.
Yeah, it is 6y.
Yeah, it is 6y.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
You
we're
forgot the
glad you know.
1/4.
You got it.
Whoa, you gonna take that?
I mean, I am, but. Oh, that's so crappy.
This is why I should be the math teacher.
Oh, please.
I can't even read.
I know it's over 16.
That's actually.
It's.
I think you teach us a lot about.
Remember, we're not going to do this. I'm just doing this for Lydia.
It'd be the wrong math, but it'd be math.
Yeah, sketch math.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
what
thank
his
you.
like 5 looks like.
6/4.
Is this a no calculator?
You can't even call
3
it.
4 squared, 4 4 2 4 is just a half.
That's an S, bro.
That's a 5. That's pretty clearly a 5.
How is this a lot?
No, wait.
This is a lot.
Yeah.
1/32? Is that what you got? Good job. Don't do that. Stop right here, please.
That's so awkward.
Okay,
Let's do a
That's a
different.
value.
Yeah, I did it right. Just say don't try and solve that.
how did I get what? Yeah, Henry.
What's wrong, Jada? What's wrong?
The amount of extra work I
I know.
All right, guys, shut up for a second. Say again.
Even if they don't say it in the questions, you always need to show your work on
Yeah. Wait, show your work on what? Yeah, definitely. Okay, you guys ready to look at this scoring?
Go back, go back.
Not simplified correctly.
The top what?
The top is.
I'm gonna do 1.
Oh yeah, you're
I
right.
can mess everything up. Wait, did you put in one minus 1.5 minus
Oh,
1?
no. I'm being an idiot. Oh, sorry.
One five.
Okay?
It's
Now,
he realized his mistake.
look at your paper and look at this real quick. Alright, this is what the graders are given, right here. This is called a scoring guide. Every FRQ we're going to do has its own scoring guide, okay? So, letter A was worth 2 points, just for knowing the equation of a tangent line. You got a point for getting the 1/4, and then a point for the tangent line. Now, they put y equals. I would not do that. I would have left it as this. Okay, and either one is fine. Full points,
that
yeah.
was gross, so we don't like it.
Okay?
That's
Part
what I
B was worth 3 points. You got a point for finding the bottom and setting it equal to 0, or setting the bottom equal to 0. That was a point. Even if you know nothing else. Remember I told you that first episode, a point for that. Then you basically get a point for the look right here. Getting the equation in one variable, so systems, and then you get a point for your final answer. So the tangent line to the curve is vertical, it's a point, blah, blah, blah. Right? Here, if all you could do was the implicit differentiation, you still got 2 points. Okay? And then the substitution for dy dx. For being able to plug in the 1/4 from earlier, you got a point. And then the answer, you got a point. And you only needed to stop there.
So if
Okay.
you didn't plug before, you wouldn't get that point?
Right.
What if you just didn't solve for 1/4?
It actually would still be okay. Like if right here, if you wrote 1/3, 1 squared minus an a1, it'd be fine. Okay?
This would be pi minus 0.
Cool, right? Okay, next question was from the 18 FRQ. And it was what number was it?
5.
Number 5 on the 18.
Easy dubs.
Okay, so a couple years later. That's not this question.
It is that one. It's that one.
Oh, I put. Oh, it is that question. Jeez. Okay. All right, let's read through this. Okay, and I'm going to give you guys a minute to do this too. Average rate of change. Do we know what average rate of change means?
A rock.
Slope.
Yeah, I know.
Hang on a second. I got to remember if this is on the calculator or no calculator for it.
Well, I'm using a stinking calculator.
Was the other one?
You kind of need.
No, it's no calculator.
This is no calc.
Yeah, this is no calc.
Oh, but I don't have to solve. I forgot about
Okay,
that.
what is the slope of the tangent line at 3/2? Find the absolute minimum. That's a candidate's test question. And then part D gets like a little tricky.
I think all of this is
No, only part D. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes, I think, for this one, okay?
I got 1.218.
10 minutes.
10.
Yeah.
No, I want to go home.
Wait, we should have this. If most of the reviews are 10 extra credit points, it makes sense for this to be 15.
I agree with you. Let's do that.
Wait.
Let's do that right now.
You should know.
Yeah.
Put it in so I can see my
I like 1.2.
Tell yourself.
Oh, wait. Oh, right. Plus the first.
Okay, so what's B?
Cosine is a negative sign.
So B is. Down. Which one's B? Is it pi? Is this pi B?
Oh, I have to figure out the slope.
Pi is B.
That's product rule. It's
I need.
A prime B plus AB prime, which is e to the
Where are
x
there calculators by
cosine x
This is a no
plus
calculator question, Steven. No,
e to the x.
Well, we're gonna use
Wait, no, minus e to the x sine x. I'm gonna kill myself because it's fat.
this is the valuation. That's the difference what we need to put in the interview.
thought you were gonna
Just quit math and make it
It's literally kind of like intervals.
Oh, it is.
You have the pi. Yeah, it's like 8 pi cosine pi.
See, if I'm gonna kill myself,
No, isn't it?
because I'm trying to take it over.
Like it's like this times this.
We all have symbols, because you know,
Oh, I'm just retarded. It tells us the slope.
Where?
Milano, what's up? How are you?
I'm alright.
Oh no.
Glad you're here.
I still haven't had, okay, I'm
Of course, studying grading was against that. I took an afternoon off.
So down 2 over 5, which is like a slope of negative 2k.
Yes. Have I not graded yours yet?
I haven't even.
We'll figure it out. Huh? Oh, well, that's not good.
That's not right.
I mean, it's basically what it is. I just wrote this because it's easier. I mean, I'm probably gonna wrong though, so we probably all get it wrong. Oh, do I have to plug this crap in?
What I got?
Mitchell, you still need to get your son. You need to get your son a transfer for fourth quarter.
Huh, yeah, right.
Well, it's not even like PG.
No, he said freaking wrong peak, bro.
It's -1 because it's cosine sine and pi's all the way in because you know it's 2 pi.
Well, I can put it up now.
It's cosine not in sine.
Over to.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
This is a tricky logistical term.
Yes.
But sine of 3 pi over 2 is 0, right?
It's 0.
Okay, it is.
Cosine of 0.
You lose your.
Also, Mitchell, look what I'm wearing.
We're spending too much money on people.
It's finally warm enough for shorts.
I mean, Jeff.
Milano has to wear shorts.
You're white.
Hang on, he's more man than you. He's
How do
wearing
you?
shorts. I think that's what we read.
Miss Mitchell Tavish has never not worn shorts.
That's how you permanently get rid of yourself, not your ex.
Oh,
No, then you can't use yours.
I hate him. I don't actually hate him. He's annoying. No, he doesn't. You make the side diagram and then you plug in all the points and it's the sine of and then how he gets to it. And you do this. Oh, wait, no, you make the little table that's like endpoint,
Good way?
change point, endpoint, and the one that has the smallest number.
Into an office.
Yes! I'm telling you.
Some dude like kamikaze the IRS. He had like his own little dinky airplane and he just. We're not playing this crap.
This is kid rap.
You're not sitting here. No, you're not sitting here. Hey, move.
This is kid rap.
Find spots.
No?
Pause.
Yeah, listen here.
Are you?
That's what this
I'm still recovering from tennis, man.
There's a lot more here.
Wait, what the? When in doubt, jump up for him. That's what they do in the video.
Minus because it's normally plus, but I put the minus as a negative sign. Yeah, negative inside of the sign.
That's super gross. This is like full grown.
Yeah, because these aren't going to be critical points. These are going to be another.
We should all just.
Make it equal to 0.
Like, look, Florida's chill.
Down,
Bro, you said 1 minute.
No, I was thinking more like a.
I got this one easy.
You always get followers.
It's like this.
But no, yeah, I know we're looking for it.
So when EDX
Why don't you just have to adapt to the
Because then you take that too. She takes my milk.
I did.
Okay, good.
No, it was Eden.
Dude, Travis already stole some. I mean, I don't have specific
Steven is here. What a guy. Down here. Where's Marcus, man? I mean Garrett. It says Marcus on my knees. Huh? Landon, Abby, Ray,
Wait.
Oh yeah, there.
Would it even help to copy down? You can't even read down. Yeah, you can't even read down. He's literally the ultimate cheat stuff. It'd be funny if he was like the best kid on the test days. And like everyone would be like, look at this.
Oh yeah, it could also be.
He is first varsity. Ethan. He is first varsity. Yeah, that was first varsity.
It could also be because you still have to do that.
No.
Oh darn! This.
It could be.
No. He's horrible.
No, they both. Yeah, it was like because they both be negative. If it goes like this.
So I have to use this stupid derivative. Where do I even take it?
I'm guessing you take F.
So that's 0.
Like, why?
I don't know what E to the guy over 2 is. Oh, but I don't actually need to.
Never understood why you can't.
So that would all be 0. So it'd just be negative.
No, like, why would they bomb Pearl? They could have stolen the Pearl. Why bomb it?
It's like that is
The marble is not taking the
Limit.
and they didn't have when you bomb a Navy, but you don't bomb
Connor is here. Zoe.
America invaded.
Aiden.
Yeah, they do. Ohio invaded. Fun fact, I know.
They're actually they're so white.
Chris. Is Weston here? No.
That's probably why I'm so strong.
Gabe. Wyatt. Emily. Lydia.
What's the someone?
All right, you guys ready? Ah, hurry up!
Go down with the
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing it's probably a local dolls at some point. We'll see how they write it up. We'll see.
What is that value, bro?
I'm gonna sit by you, Mitchell.
Negative.
I know it's approaching.
I've changed my self-control.
Make you work for it.
It's approaching 2.
When do notes go in?
I identify.
Oh, no.
Because I can have, so I'm done.
You just
Alright, so
plug
the
it in.
other
You
ones,
plug
the
it
other
in
packets are
for,
first.
like,
But I'm done with the first two.
you would plug it in for power.
And then
Wait a minute. What do you plug this in? Cosine of pi half. Yeah. Wait, which is 0? Wait, how? Wait, what?
All right, here we go. Oh shoot! Did I have to pause this or did they have?
No, it's
Great, they had 10 minutes. That's all right. All right,
Mitchell teaches
let's go.
I didn't even finish, but that's okay.
I figured out this.
Okay, sorry.
your eyebrows are like perfection.
Guys,
Mine?
Yeah.
A
Thank you, I
was
just woke up.
worth
They look great.
1 point.
That's the only thing I got.
B was 2 points.
What if
C was 3 points. Okay.
Are they all worth 9 points or something?
Yeah, FRQs are always worth 9. All right, if you're trying to pass, right, you're trying to get like 4 to 5 on
What's
every
the
problem.
derivative
Okay?
in between
4 to 5 on every problem.
I didn't know.
All right,
Yeah, because you play chess.
average rate of
This is for the
change, you
smart people.
guys.
I'm not the smart people.
That's going to be minus f of a over b minus.
Oh, yeah.
So it is, you're literally, you can call you a failure. You have math in this class.
Not up there.
So currently you are a failure. So put your O back.
I fell asleep on the floor.
And then that's going to be e
No, you don't like
to
doing
the
it. It's like
0,
6.
cosine 0.
Yeah, I did that.
No, it's just 1 point for the answer. From what I understand, you can leave the answer like that. You don't have to evaluate the size and stuff. Right. Now, I'm probably going to just right here, just to review with you.
Well, we don't know what even the pi is.
Cosine of, right, but cosine of pi is,
0? So this cancels it
no,
out.
negative 1.
I don't know.
And cosine of 0 is so it's a negative e to the pi. Oh, and guys, e to the 0 is also 1. So it's negative e to the pi minus 1 over pi.
Oh, I was right. You just wrote it.
Good?
Wait a minute. Why is it minus 1? Oh,
D
because
is
it was
like
0. Oh,
Guys, what is the slope of the line tangent to the graph of f? Now, don't just go there and be like, look, that's a graph. No, the graph of f. That's f. And what is it asking for when it says slope of the tangent line?
It wants the derivative.
It just wants the derivative at that point. Yeah, so for part B, I'm going to go, the derivative of f is derivative of the first times the second plus first derivative of the second. Right? At 3 pi over 2, e to 3 pi over 2, cosine 3 pi over 2, and then e to the 3 pi over 2, negative sine 3 pi over 2.
Oh, bruh. I just write everything where you write it.
Yeah,
You
sorry.
can't, but I'm writing it in pen.
Just right over the graph. Okay, so let's just think about these trig things, guys, because you really do want to know these. What is the cosine of 3 pi over 2? That's down at the bottom.
Still.
Yeah, this is the point negative 1, 0. Wait, no. That's the point 0, negative 1.
It's okay. I'm
Ugh, Saturday mornings, man, the worst.
This is literally the
Okay.
best I've ever done.
Cosine, comma, sine. So cosine is 0 and sine is negative 1, negative, negative 1.
Yeah, I feel strangely
I'm getting
enlightened
all
right
the
now.
messages.
So that's 0, and that's e to the 3 pi over 2. Okay? And you got On here, 1 point for that and 1 point for the answer. Whether you simplify it or not, but with the sign stuff I'm gonna.
Assignment.
Okay?
Oh my gosh, I got 1 point.
Okay, part C. Part C, you guys, absolute minimum. Absolute minimum. This is candidate's test, right? Now look, we're still talking about F. It doesn't even introduce another function until part D. We're still talking about F. Candidate's test or absolute minimum, we always want to remember end points, critical points, right? My end points are 0 and 2 pi, so let's go and find the critical points. So, let's see, this is for part C. Okay, so f of x is e to the x cosine x. So let's find the critical points of that. We already took the derivative over there, but it's e to the x, so derivative for second, cosine, and then e to the x, and a negative
Can
sign.
you bring the negative out?
Yeah, you can definitely bring out that negative. Now guys, so what I'm going to do,
Wait, this is for the F.
yeah, anytime you're solving something, this is the derivative of f, with e to the x's in, do you guys remember what you do?
Do you separate them out?
You factor out an e to the x.
That's what I meant.
right.
Yes.
What is it?
The reason that we do that
Oh, it's a sine X.
is because then I have to go, okay, well, when does e to the x equal 0? And when does cosine x minus sine x equal 0? And yeah, the e to the x never equals 0. And if you guys can remember that, that's going to help you a ton. Because like that would be the ln of 0, right?
Yeah, well, you did remember it. Amazing.
Okay? So that's the whole point with these e to the x's when you're finding critical points. If you factor it out, e to the x will not have a critical point.
Same.
Okay? Alright, nice. Let's see. Now, this, you guys might be like, how do I solve cosine minus sine equals 0? Let's just think about this for a
And they
second.
both equal the
Pi over 4, right?
Pi over 4
Yeah, when does cosine equal sine? Now,
7 pi over.
it's pi over 4,
Oh, that's right.
but it's also on the interval 0 to 2 pi. And you guys, those values are equal to each other twice.
Yes.
Definitely at pi over 4.
And 3 pi.
Right, are they equal to each other in the second quadrant? No, one's positive, one's negative. What about in the third quadrant? Yeah, they're both positive. That's 5 pi. They're both negative. That's 5 pi over 4. And not in the fourth
Why
quadrant.
did you think it was 3 pi over?
Because it's not. Oh, wait, 5.
3, yeah, that's pi plus 1, not pi minus 1.
Can't count.
I'm
Okay,
making way more mistakes. It's
Now-
Saturday morning.
absolute max and min. As soon as you find critical points, endpoints, what do?
Plug them into the.
Make a table and plug them in, right?
I parsed.
Okay, so let's do that.
Does that count?
Isn't square root 2 over 2 for both of them? Right? That's what trig table would say.
Yeah, kinda.
Well, like if you put cosine.
So I'm testing at 0 and 2 pi and any critical points in between. That's pi over 4, that's 5 pi over 4. And you guys, I'm testing it into this.
But I really want you to complete it. But I did.
Do it, just finish it. Be a finisher. Come on, you got this. Go, go, go. Hey, Max is here. He's right on time. Alright, guys, here we go. This is no calculator, so you might be thinking, how the heck am I supposed to know which is the highest and which is the lowest on no calculator when I'm plugging in power source and stuff? Okay, we know is, so the e to the 0, cosine 0. That's just 1, right? Okay, cool. Okay, e to the pi over 4, cosine pi over 4.
Well, cosine pi over 4 is just
Root 2 over 2. So it's e to the pi over 4 times root 2 over 2. Oh my god. That's awful. Anybody know what that value is approximately?
I stood up for
Either.
literally
Okay.
2 seconds.
This is e to the 5 pi over 4 cosine 5 pi over 4.
which would be the same.
And 5 pi over 4 is negative.
Yeah.
Oh.
That.
And then e to the 2 pi cosine 2 pi. And cosine 2 pi is the same as cosine 0, it's 1. So that's e to the 2 pi. Okay?
That's disgusting.
If I asked you for an absolute max, you would probably not really be able to do this problem. But it's not asking you for that. What's it asking you for?
5 pi over 5.
Absolute min. What does the absolute min have to be?
The negative.
The only negative one. That's why they asked you for min instead of max, because I don't know if e to the 2 pi is bigger than e to the pi over 4 root 2 over 2. I have no idea.
Wait, I gotta see what this is.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, e to the 2 pi would be like e to the 7. I'm guessing it's e to the 2 pi, but I don't know.
Why is this
You've done
not?
a side line graph.
What's that?
Did you do like a?
You could. I don't usually for absolute. You could.
Wow. So it's like this one.
Okay, so it'll say the absolute minimum is, and you guys put the y value for your answer. So you usually kind of summarize these things. You write the absolute minimum value is blah, blah, blah. Okay?
No, I hate calculators.
Alright, last question.
Could you go back to the bottom?
Oh yeah, sure. Guys, what do you think that, yeah, go ahead.
What will our answer sheet look like? Will we be doing scratch work on like the blank area of the paper like
This is so cool, I can actually show you what it's going to look like. Because on the AP exam website, let's go take a look real quick here.
Bro, are you really eating applesauce just again? I don't understand you.
Delano, you should be used to this. You saw me do it like all first semester.
Valid.
See if I can pull this up real quick. Oh, I got it. Blah, 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 but this is important, so this will be important.
Bro, why are people starting beef on the group chat?
It's disappointing.
We're like more
I get
than
absolutely
90%.
no data.
We're like 92% done being a
Wait, Mitch.
I'll show you different ones. Yeah.
Is this review going on for?
7 months.
If you don't need it on thirds, I can probably put it on fours. More and more.
That's all I
They are just learning because they need every number to write.
Well, you're supposed to see.
Yeah, I guess. I just forget that you're young.
You're old.
Which one is this, Henry? 2018?
I'm probably
Okay, first of all,
in Weston alone. In like all chats too.
and we can look at these sometime if you want, but this is what the actual paper looks like, and how you have to fit stuff. And it'll tell you how it's graded too. So, here's a sample.
Delano, that is great.
We should all become Jeff.
It's my group chat. I hold the right to pull in and take out whatever I want.
You do.
And if he's gonna be a little
See all that, Henry? That's like basically what
I
it
would
looks
just like
like.
you to know 90% of the beef comes from Weston and Hagen.
Yeah, wasn't it them just arguing over? Wait, who was arguing over?
Oh, Zoe and Haley were arguing.
I called it. I'm trying to because they have the biggest.
boyfriend.
And then what they
it
do
was
is
like a
they'll
big
read
fight.
these and
It
they'll
was
say
like a
how
big
many
fight.
points they got. So 5 they got
Zoe and
9,
Haley
5
switched
got
names,
6,
and then they were
5
fighting
people
over
got
it.
8.
So Haley was going, no, he's my boyfriend. And Zoe was going to Haley going, no,
I need
he's
to read
mine.
it. How am I the moderator of this
Okay,
chat?
Tony, that's gonna happen. But it's very like similar to the way I'm handing this out to you.
We have questions for you.
Okay.
Me? Do you remember who else was on the list?
Oh, I can help you make a list. Abby. Abby.
Okay.
Just send me my
Delano, are you ready?
list, like we're following on the series. And just send it to me.
Okay, part D.
You went to the it was.
Ironically, I think this was like the second easiest.
He's totally like, oh wait, what's his name? They're
It did start with C.
Negative e power over 2 to the power of 2.
Maybe to the power of 2 over 2?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh yes,
Okay.
that is what I got. That is what I got.
Okay,
Got it
that
right
is
now.
correct. Now, this is a little tricky, right, you guys? Let g be a differentiable function such that G of pi over 2 is 0. The graph of G prime is shown. Find this. So we always start by doing direct substitution. So we go, the limit, as I go to pi over 2, of f of x over g of x is f of pi over 2 over g of pi over 2. Okay? And guys, f of pi over 2 is given to me when I plug in pi over 2 right here.
Yeah.
But what's the cosine of pi over 2?
0.
0.
So it's just 0.
Yeah, so this is just 0.
How do y'all just know
G
that?
of pi over 2 was literally given to me right here.
Which means
0.
it's a L'Hopital.
Which means I have to do low.
Oh my gosh, actually.
But remember he's thinking
So now it's the
f
Okay?
derivative.
Now, this is tricky, and this is a point that almost nobody is going to get. Okay? Like, I don't even know if I would get this point. L'Hopital's only works on continuous functions. And like, we know that f is a continuous function because it's given to us, but for g, you have to say, this one extra point, you have to
Yeah,
say,
it's a sharp corner.
since
You gotta beat him now.
g prime
It's approaching, so it is.
is differentiable,
Yeah, it is. Okay.
g is continuous at pi over 2. They give you a point for making that statement.
Also, if you don't, wait, if you have the answer but not that, you lose a point.
Yes.
I am dropping out of this class.
You just have
What's the
you
answer?
just have to make that
So,
statement so
you
that
have 1 point for stating that g is continuous at pi over 2. Like I said, barely anybody's going to get those points.
and this just justifies
You can
us-
still get a 5 without that, but you can't get a perfect score, and usually there's like 2 kids in the world that get a perfect score.
Well, I'm not Asian, so I can't get that.
Yeah, you're sure.
That's gonna be down.
Oh, come on now. Okay, so then we go by L'Hopital's rule. My next statement would be,
Delano, you should share with me the reactions that everyone has.
okay? Now guys, okay, look, we already found f prime, it's right here. And f prime at pi over 2,
Some kids.
okay, f prime at pi over 2, the cosine of pi over 2 is 0, so that whole thing is 0. So it's e to the pi over 2 times negative sine pi over 2. So it's e to the pi over 2 times negative sine pi over 2. And then what's g prime at pi over 2? Well, this is the graph of g, so g prime is right here. And we know that the sine of pi over 2 is 1, so it's basically negative 1.
Why am I in the Virgin
Over
Club?
Because you're an
How come I could get that but not B?
Someone needs to take me.
I don't know.
honorary member. You can literally leave if you want to, Delano.
So still though, if you count up your
Nothing's
points,
stopping you.
if you still can get 4, 5, 6 points, you're chilling, okay?
Well, it's chilling, but not for 5.
Listen, I'm pretty sure I'm just there to
It's
give
okay.
advice.
Way too many.
I'm pretty sure I'm there to give advice on relationships.
Next one,
Our
let's do
honorary
it
member of
You
the
guys never ask me
together.
questions. You guys never ask me questions
Is
to
it by
answer.
people or is it by?
Okay.
No,
What's the next
okay.
one? 19 what?
This is what happened. I was in the chat and I was like, "Yo guys, I'm not a virgin liver. Why am I in the group chat?" And they were like, "Oh, well, I guess we should kick you out."
All right.
And I was like,
Delano, thank you.
They held him
Okay, here we go.
And you became an honorary member.
Okay guys, functions f, g, and h are twice differentiable. I have some information right here. This is the next page. That line is tangent
Oh,
to the
that's
graph
like
of
the
g
y
and
minus
h.
y1 equals f.
Find h prime of 2.
Wait, isn't it 2/3?
Yep.
Because that's just.
So remember that this is the same as this.
Do I need to write any like exclamation?
Find h prime of 2,
it doesn't
2/3. I don't think so. It doesn't ask you to. Right? So this is the 19 scoring guide. Let me make sure how they scored it. Okay. Okay guys, 1 point for putting 2 over 3. That's it for that one. Okay? Let a be the function given by, boom, write an expression for a prime, and then find a prime of 2. What is this testing? What is this testing?
Your ability to actually read.
Product rule.
Yeah, I did that just now. Let's go.
Alright, so I want you guys to take A of X. Everybody can do this. I know you guys can do this.
Did you? Oh.
I didn't even look.
And I want you to find A prime. I want you to do a product. Okay?
What?
Okay, I got this.
Times your mother.
Down.
Times your mother.
Times that ass.
36.
Plus me.
Something I don't know.
Derivative of my mom.
8 times 24. What is each? I don't stinking know. Well, this is a lot of work. I'm just gonna drop out.
Hey, Dallin, you want to remind me how to do this?
Well, h prime of x is the slope, and the top problem, the line it gives you, the line y equals 4 plus 2 of thirds.
Oh, is that H? That's why I was so confused. I thought that was an LN.
No, that's h.
I mean, I can
No, the way she wrote it, it looks like the same way.
Yeah, that is.
That is actually.
Oh yeah, kind
She
of.
literally
Oh
wrote
my
it
god.
Hey, mine looks like that.
My handwriting's better than Mitchell's. What?
Never.
LN?
H. Delano. Delano, did you do the derivative?
I'm trying.
Now comes the true question.
Yeah, I don't.
How does one find H?
Derivative first second plus first derivative second.
Why is it 8 of X?
Now you're
Did you do 6? Almost did 27.
What did you almost do?
When I brought, I always do this, when I brought that down, I almost did 27. It's like 3 to the third, but not really. Okay.
I don't know H prime.
And then find A prime of 2.
Are you not gonna finish this one? I barely ahead of you.
I thought you guys were done.
No.
Fine, hurry up. Why are you guys so slow? Swear.
I know.
Yeah, h prime of 2.
Did you find H?
H of 2, yeah.
There. Am I dumb?
Yeah.
Oh, I am dumb.
Yeah, it says it.
Wait, so we have to solve all the way down.
I don't know. Oh no.
You're smart. Wow. You're a school in Colorado with I'm so
Oh, show the work at least. The answers.
my grade in how did he get even lower than it is. You have to solve this. Okay, guys, now I got 160. I don't know, I got 36 times 4. What is this? Whatever that is. I got 160, which I hope that's the solving. Oh, we're on the next one. Well, that one
I want to see if I did it right.
Dumb stuff.
I mean, for more than honors. And I get to appreciate your outfit every day.
Alright, you guys ready?
Wait, is this just Barbie?
Just Barbie.
Oh, never mind. I was done.
Okay. That's what I thought.
I thought you meant the.
9 times 2 squared times h of 2. And then 3 times 2 to the third times h prime of 2. So what I have to find is h of 2 and h prime of 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go up here. Now, this is the tangent line. This is the tangent line at 2. So what number do you see here that is h of 2?
4.
4. What is h prime of 2?
2/3.
Make sense? So it's like reading a tangent line to get the information instead of the other way around. So h of 2 was 4, and h prime of 2 was 2/3. Okay? 9 times 4 times 4.
That line is.
3 times 8 times 2/3. So, oh gosh, what's 16 times 9? 144?
Wait, don't solve it. Don't solve it.
Don't solve it! What am I doing?
Gosh,
That's what I s- oh, wait.
No, solve it. I like it better.
Shut up,
Nice
Nobody cares what you like.
Oh.
Bro, it's women's month, okay? You have no rights as of right now.
160.
Let's go.
It's a whole month? I thought it was just a women's day.
I thought it was
You need
Women's
to
Day.
put
Women's Day.
Today's Women's Day, or can you just leave it?
You know, I was about to say some more cancelable stuff.
I just say-
Where's Men's Day?
But there is Women's Day. I
Bro,
Okay.
Ford released an all-men's car on National Women's Day, bro.
Alright.
But at the first, I was like, so.
Guys, let's look at C. This is a real thinker.
Oh my gosh, I
No
did
AC.
it. I did it.
No
No,
AC.
I did one of them. With help.
C is really a thinking question, guys.
It said it's differentiable, but I don't know what that means. So trying to find out what it says it's twice differentiable, and then I'm like, well, what do I do? So g of x is equal, so g of 2 is equal to h of 2 equals 4. And now we need to find f. I like it. Well, x and
Okay. Now it says, look at this, guys.
I'm looking at you.
It is known that the limit can be evaluated using L'Hopital's rule. Okay?
yes. So wait,
So what does that mean?
that means that it has to be 0 over 0.
Means it has to be 0 over 0. Now, is the top 0?
If you do
Okay.
yeah.
And the bottom, so f of
Only
x
equals
to
0
the
if
third
f of
needs
x
to
is
be
equal to
0
Which means f of
when
x
that's
is 1.
2.
Which means that f of x has to be equal to 1.
Yeah, I like that. So
F of x
f
is equal to
of 2 has to be 1. That makes sense. I like that.
Wait, so
Find f of 2 and f prime of 2.
can you walk through that one more time?
Yeah. So look, if it can be done using L'Hopital, it means that the top is 0 and the bottom is 0, right?
Yeah, don't you have the
When I
X?
plug in 2, 4 minus 4 is 0. When I plug in 2, what it's saying is 1 minus f of 2 to the third has to equal 0.
Which means it has to be 1.
Which 1 has to equal f of 2 to the third, which means f of 2 has to equal 1. Okay? Now we have to find what f prime of 2 is, right? Okay. So let's do a L'Hopital's rule.
It's just such a dumb.
Okay, and the derivative of the top, you guys, what would the derivative of the top be?
2x.
2x. What would the derivative of the bottom be? Okay, 1 goes away.
That would be negative f derivative of x cubed. Wait, no, 3.
Negative 3
Negative 3.
f of x squared times f prime of x.
Chain rule.
Right? So you still have to do chain rule. Because it's the f of x, the 3 comes down to the second, but then you gotta do chain rule.
So my derivatives suck, and it's probably the reason why I'm failing everything.
Ah, you're not gonna fail. Now,
I'm gonna fail this class. I'm genuinely scared.
okay, now hold on.
We're not allowed to do it again though.
Can we evaluate L'Hopital's? Show or release your answer.
This says it's twice differentiable, so we can't do anything else.
Hold on, I gotta think real quick though. The limit as it approaches 2 of h prime is h prime of 2, and h prime of 2 is 2/3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this needs to equal 2/3, yeah? Does that need to equal 2/3 because it told me at the top that it can be evaluated as 2/3? So that's gotta equal 2/3.
It doesn't-
Well,
where does it say that? Like it says tangent to g of x and h of x, and that it's twice differentiable, but it doesn't
we
say.
found it in part A. What's h prime of 2?
Yeah, but we're looking for f. Like, wait, it doesn't state any relation between
Like,
f
this
and being
is-
twice differentiable.
Yeah, maybe this is not right. Hold on.
Like if it said, I don't think it explicitly names any connection between f besides
Well,
that
okay,
it's
let's plug
twice
in 2.
differentiable.
2 times 2 over negative 3 times f of 2 squared times f prime of 2. Oh, is it the same? I did not know whether prime. Okay.
What if you just move the f of x out? F prime, the f prime of x just move it out.
What?
We
Okay.
have to set it equal to 0, and then just
Equal as normal
So
H
it's not
of
equal to 2.
Figured out f of 2 was 1. So this is, oh, because you guys, I was finding
This
h
argument.
of 2.
Unfortunately, you're
And h of 2 is 4. So am I setting this equal to 4?
It should be negative 4.
No, but isn't it the derivative? So isn't it?
Wait, Mitchell, can you just move the f prime of of 2 out?
Yes.
Because that makes like life so much easier.
Oh yeah, it's asking for the limit of h of x and using it to find.
Yeah, the limit of h, yeah. Now this is 2019, right?
So 2/3.
Yeah, okay, so we're good. Yeah, we're setting it equal to 4 because h of 2 is 4.
I don't think I would have gotten this one to be honest. It's too much.
Wait, why are we setting it equal to 4?
Because h of x is equal to that.
Yeah, because that's what h of 2 is. And we're trying to, from the beginning, we're trying to find the limit as x approaches 2 of h of x. So that's h of 2. So then from here, we're going to have, okay, look, so we're going to have 4 over negative 3 f prime of 2 equals 4. Cross multiply, divide by 4. I mean, if I put that over 1, it's basically negative 3 f prime of 2.
Wait, Mitchell, there's something I'm confused about then.
Is negative.
It says h of 2 is 4,
Negative
and
1/3.
then in part C, it says
What is negative 4/3?
that...
1/3.
Wait.
Because we're setting it equal to 4, not equal to 1.
Wait.
Okay, so.
Why did it do a completely different process?
We're not
Wait a minute, what?
Okay, so let me show you something real quick. This will explain it to you better than I can. Check it out. This is mine.
What the heck happened to
Okay.
the prime of 2?
To evaluate the function that's
Okay, this is like way tricky. Alright, you guys figured out the first one pretty quickly.
Mitchell, I do have one question. So, at the beginning of the problem, it says h of 2 is 4.
Yes.
Then in part C, h of 2 is non-existent.
Right, but look right here. Because h is differentiable and continuous. Now what this could mean is there's a graph with a hole and h of 2 is non-existent but it fills in its own hole. H would be a piecewise. Right? So h could be like a piecewise function or something like that. Where in this, so basically you guys, we did the first part. We said that equals 4. And then on the second part, we said that equals 4. That's the thing. We have to set it equal to 4 both times because when we do a limit as h approaches 2, it's h of 2. It's this statement right here. Hang on a second. Okay. See this statement right here?
Who? No, I am not. I am canceling that from your list.
Which means the first time it had equal 4, but it was 0 over 0. And the second time it had equal 4. Okay? Now, guys, this last part is going to be a little tricky.
Yeah.
How many of you even remember squeeze theorem?
The what?
Squeeze theorem comes up so infrequently. Okay, look. G is less than H.
Oh, so it's...
K is a function.
So it's saying that...
Is K continuous at 2?
And it has to be...
Yes, because what we say is like,
Yeah,
this is a very classic squeeze theorem.
Do you just write squeeze theorem?
No. You have to write what the squeeze theorem says.
Guess you're not Jada. Guess you're not.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll show you what
the
this
squeeze
says.
theorem and knowing that g of x and h of x are continuous at 2.
This
K
is
must
worth
also
1
be
point, by the way, so
Hey,
it's not a huge deal, but like, kind of. Because h and g are differentiable, g and h are also continuous. So, the limit as g approaches 2 is g of 2, which is 4. And the limit as h approaches 2 is h of 2, which is 4. Because, boom, it follows from the squeeze theorem that that one's also 4. And since those things all equal 4, k of 2 is 4. Just a bunch of crap.
That is so wrong.
Just a bunch of garbage getting us to recognize squeeze theorem. Squeeze theorem, I think I heard that that was like the last time it showed up on an FRQ. It was like in 2019. But
So it's likely to show up again.
I kind of want to do that.
maybe, I don't know, maybe. Okay,
It's like
cool, we're on perfect track. We're gonna go with the last question on this packet, and then we'll take a little break.
Yeah.
Just a quick
Did I hear a donut break?
donut break.
Why does it go
We
from
have
6
13 more
to 5?
donuts.
Oh, I guess I can't remember.
Yep, it's all you. Because, Steven, I'm going these all like topics, so they're different years, and like this question usually showed up as a number 5 or a number 6. Gone. Alright. Well, hold on, I said in a minute. All right, guys. First question. I love these. They've been putting these on FRQs recently. I really like these. Bye, Abby. Show that dy dx equals that. Show. That's so killer because it means that it gave you the answer. You just have to show. You know if you get it right or not.
That's stupid.
We love that. Equation for the tangent line. You guys can do that. Tangent line horizontal. Hey guys, what is tangent line horizontal going to mean?
It's 0.
What is 0? Yeah, the derivative is 0, so it's the top.
I'll be done in my 30.
That's
How
right.
do you not time?
And then determine whether it's a relative max, min, or either. I'm going to give you a little hint on that. Because when you have x's and y's, you can't plug in and do a sine line graph. It just doesn't work because it's like x's and y's.
Is this recording?
You have to do a second derivative.
Yeah.
Okay? You guys want to see if you can get this? I feel like you should be able to get most of the points on this question for sure.
Wait, why would we do second derivative and not first?
For which one?
Oh dang, would you look at that too playing chess again?
Which one are
First one is
Mitchell,
the...
you may have
You're fine with
If there's a...
it. And then you get this answer.
All
so
right.
he doesn't get kicked out.
That's right. I might get canceled if all
All
that.
right.
Dude, yeah, we might have to edit that.
And then when you're taking the derivative of -6, I am just you know what it's
Okay, I think easy money for you guys. A, B, C might be a little
I'm not the
tricky,
one
but
that's
I think you got this. This is very doable.
Like time camera.
I love cancer. That's one of the
What?
What?
What did you just say?
You guys missed out on the context, okay?
Yeah, for real.
There's really good context.
Where's my Krispy Kreme?
How are you gonna do it?
I didn't drop it.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah, let's go.
If you're gonna be socialist, you might as well go all the way.
Why don't we do
Abby, your ex-boyfriend just started a live video.
Socialism is like
Ew. Block it.
No.
Which one? I don't even follow him anymore.
Why does he follow every time I put you know those Instagram notes? Every time I put a note, he messages me.
I think a lot of people are going to do that.
Huh?
He doesn't even do that to me because he doesn't.
It's the moment.
I don't know. Government is just
I don't do it too much.
Yeah, he convinced you don't want it.
Today I got
Yeah,
2
well,
donuts
for
and some juice, so I don't know. Most people actually when
why
they
I
literally
support
use Wi-Fi, they just don't like to because
I'd support monarchy if I'm
But as long as you're good and you know what you're doing, you're really good. Like if I were doing it myself, I would probably use Wi-Fi.
which eventually involves
Yes, but this is what.
someone with more power. You know, they get all the guns, and then they slowly, they're like, oh, you want? Until you do this. Slowly builds forward. That's how you want.
Steve Mitchell's predicted World War II starts from AB prime plus A prime.
my prediction.
I can't do the algebra. That's my issue.
Cos X
I just did derivative.
What are the
dy dx. What do you think the teams will do?
We're gonna have China and Russia.
I've been watching the YouTube
North
shorts.
Korea.
Yo, we're gonna be fighting war in 3 years. Like, I'm gonna be seeing y'all at the registration offices. Darn it.
No, you're gonna see
You will
me
not
to
see
rap.
me at the registration.
You're gonna get drafted.
Ronnie's doing it.
They'll find you.
I will hide.
I will find you. I'll start a whole campaign to find you.
I will train the Eagles to poke your ass out.
Here's the thing though, get a job at the Air Force.
Does this
Because you're in an office.
We're going to cancel.
I will befriend the Bears. The Bears will fight.
I'm gonna escort bombing things.
That's calculus. They added sound effects to the new question.
Haven't you heard? It's a
Bro,
whole
join
new-
our stinking clan. It's 80 times better than whenever you win.
Yeah. That's where these factors.
What does A prime be? DYDX.
I'm gonna have to disband this clan, dude.
Sine of X. Hey, have any grapes? The man said, look, I killed him.
Let's go. Guys, let's trade, buddy.
Can I delete our clan?
The man said it.
Sine of 0 is.
Alright, then we subtract this sucker. So we got 4y dy dx minus dy dx sine. Oh, yo, this is starting to look like it, Mitchell. Then we take out the dy dx from there, and then we chop out those suckers. Dy dx equals y cos x over 4y minus sinning x. I declare myself.
Oh, it's music. Oh, got it.
What is this white powder? Do you need to explain something? I see white powder stuff all over this house. Can I reconsider?
Okay, I'm doing this by myself.
Alright, y minus y equals
Yeah, that is fair.
Why would you do a second derivative?
Mitchell, don't give Steven points. He's just been on his phone doing chess.
So, let's say I have this coordinate on the side of my graph, and I go like left, right, whatever. I can do that with the x's, but with the y's, how does that work? You see what I'm saying? Because it's with x and y, you can't really find like a point to the left. It's left to x or left to y or both, or it's like kind of like a three-dimensional thought, I guess. So you kind of have to do second derivative. So I think whenever you're doing implicit, second derivative.
Where do I just see the zeros where the top equals 0, 6 is off?
Oh, what the booty is
I
that?
could equal 0, so to get cosine equals 0.
I'm just not.
Where that's
Alright, so if.
but where does
Let's just gross. What's cosine of 0?
right there. Wait, is that it?
1. So we just have square root of 3 over.
I just figured out where every choice was
Square root of 3.
you like to do
Sine of 0 is 0. So square root of 3 over 4 is square root of 3, which is really just 1/4. So we have 1 minus.
What the inflation? That's fine.
Donald, come look at this. Look at my arm. It's literally the stupidest arm ever.
Dog, what the heck? Nobody uses barbarians, dog. That's why you'll play in dog water. 9 skeleton spells? Use the healers? Does it not just get mauled by a mortar?
No.
Oh my gosh.
It's literally awesome.
So they're all insta-kills.
No, because they have, like, they get their helmets, and then
Oh, that's actually. I feel like dragons would work a little better. Steven, Delano's strategy in Clash of Clans is he spams barbarians and skeletons. You wouldn't think that's an actual strategy.
Bro, one mortar ends your whole career.
That's what I said.
nah, bro. Then you just get like 12 healers.
Oh boy. You had 2. There's a reason they're all dead, bro.
I lost by 1%. I had 49%.
Yeah, I honestly, the only thing I count as winning is 100. If I ain't getting 3 stars, I ain't doing it. I did A and B, and then I got.
Alright. So, for part A, it's just a show, so they just want to see your work, basically. So it's 4y dy dx, the 6 goes away. And then I do a product rule. Derivative first second plus first derivative of the second. And then you guys remember we get dy dx is on the same side, so I would subtract that over. 4y dy dx minus sine x dy dx equals y cosine x.
Find out the topic.
Okay, we're gonna do the
Factor out a dy dx.
dy dx is
And then I get dy dx is y cosine x over 4y minus sine x. Okay? And that's what that was, so I know I got that right. So I'm feeling good about that. That's probably like 2 points is my guess. Okay, equation of tangent line of the curve. We go like this. Y minus the y value, right, equals mx minus the x value. And how do I find m? It's in the derivative. You could plug it in up here or over there. It doesn't matter. Okay, once again, I got to know what cosine 0 and sine 0 are. What's cosine of 0?
1.
1. What's the sine of 0?
0.
Okay, so it's root 3 over 4 root 3 minus 0 times 1. So it's just 1/4.
Wait, I have to derivative it again?
Okay, well, hold on. All right. Find the coordinates where tangent line is horizontal. Now we know
Is this calculator?
tangent line, no, this is no calculator. Tangent line is horizontal when we said when the derivative of the top is 0. Okay?
Wait, I've gotten everything right so far.
Yeah, so y cosine x has to equal 0,
Oh, it has 9 in
right?
x is 5 root 2.
Hey, bro, where's my list?
It is a little tricky. Oh, this is good. This helps. For only 0 to pi. That's actually very helpful. And only when y is greater than 0. Okay?
Oh, so y is not 0.
Right. Because I was just thinking, we're going to have a million choices here. Well, look. So we're solving where y equals 0 and where cosine of x is 0. But it says only when y is bigger than 0, which is helpful because I don't have to solve that one. Okay? And then where does cosine x equal 0? Between 0 and pi, the only place is pi over 2. So that's actually super helpful. That cut down a bunch of extra work for us.
We're finding the
Now,
point. We're finding the point.
find the coordinates of the point. So how do I find the y coordinate for that? Plug it into the original, I guess. On my dad's. Okay? So, 2y squared minus 6 equals y sine pi over 2. What's the sine of pi over 2?
1.
1.
Yeah, I did it.
Oh my heavens, guys, it's a factoring problem.
Did it.
It's a factoring problem with a leading coefficient.
No, you're doing it the wrong way.
-3.
Add 6
Toss the 3
to
and
both
-4.
sides. No, trust me. Add 6 to both sides.
Okay.
Wait, tell it how to.
Now take out a y. Take out a y.
This math is
Take out a
so
y.
shady, it's black.
Now
You
look
need
at
to
what
stop.
the only numbers it could be. It's got to be 2. You plug in 2. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6.
Okay,
Way
to be
easier.
fair, I also thought
Okay,
of
How
now
do you know that y has to be
just
integral?
figuring out what.
An integer. How do you know it has to be an integer? Maybe it's not an integer.
Because
But-
it's no
2
calc, so
words
you can
there.
normally expect a.
It's negative.
Can we
That
bring
way
back
was
through
so
that?
much better.
Toss the 3 and -4. Wait.
I don't think you got it.
Can we just learn how to factor instead of doing shady
I forget it
math?
every single day we do it. So I did real good math called using your brain and got it right.
So this is negative 3 over 2. This is positive 2. But y can't be. Y can only be bigger than 0.
Wait, so you're saying I got it right?
So y is.
You're saying my way worked quicker than your way? Well, that's crazy, bro. Who would have
Whoa!
guessed?
Your way's sketchy.
It's almost like I got the answer before you did.
I got mine so wrong.
Alright. What if it was 2 positive answers? You would have missed one.
Well, we have a coordinate, so we know it's going to be 1, and it's no calc, so it's going to be a decently reasonable one because I think.
No, because I'm trying to get a negative 1 in the middle. But because that's 4, right? You gotta go outside it, so it's minus 4 plus 3 is what it is actually. Okay,
Why don't you just
Dylan.
because my way is better.
Why don't you just conform like the rest of them?
I am not a sheeple.
Oh, what?
I shall escape the system.
I mean, you got it
Okay,
right.
here's how I think I would do this.
If I get it right, then it's good.
I actually
Second
thought about it
derivative.
right,
You should have. Give in to my peer pressure.
Okay, I gotta think for a minute. Derivative of the top
Actually, I would have done it that way on the AP test.
is derivative of the first,
Real
second,
G.
plus
do it like that.
first,
Yeah.
derivative second,
I don't know how to do bottoms up. That's
times the bottom.
We didn't learn it.
This feels like I don't want to do
Mitch,
really.
why are you finding the second?
And that's why we skip that question, go to the next one.
I think you have to.
Oh, so you can justify the answers just.
Because you can't do a sine line graph on a implicit equation with y and x, can you?
Well, if you
Yeah,
could.
but even when you take the second
No,
derivative,
it
you still
doesn't
have
work.
y and x, right?
Mitchell,
Yeah, but you could plug it in. All you have to know is if at that point it's positive or negative.
if you can plug in a
Unless you
couple
wanna
points and
solve
figure out a rough graph of f prime, then
Unless
you
you
might
want
be
to
able
solve,
to tell
try
from
and
there.
solve for y again.
I will admit that
using
maybe I'm
the new
wrong,
x
but
value.
maybe I'm not. Hold on.
The only way you could do it using just the first derivative
Where's
is you'd
Yep,
have to
can't do it with the first derivative.
You'd have to plug in your test points into the original again to get the y values. So you could do it.
But no, but on the sine line graph, the plus minuses plugs into the derivative. But this is what I'm saying. If I have a sine line graph, okay, and let's say what was the point that we're testing? Pi over 2, comma 2. This is an x. I would need to have a y, wouldn't I?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could do it with the first derivative, but you need to plug in your test point into
So
the original.
the point is earned for correctly finding d2y dx2 and evaluating to find that it's less than 0.
So I can't just
The
guess neither.
explicit value does not need to be reported, but any reported values must be correct. So you can either say, I can tell that it's negative, or you can go with the value. The third point can be earned without the second point by reaching explicit conclusion based on signs non-zero value.
So they would not get the point for doing it.
No, because you can't do a sine line graph with this, I don't think. A response is eligible with a point of the form pi over 2k.
No, Mitchell. So let's say you wanted
Slightly
to test
modified.
5 over 6.
Yeah.
Could you,
No
could
officer.
you
only has
find the
3
y
speeds,
value
bro.
for that?
It's a
Put 5 over
3
6
speed
and plug
engine.
that in?
3 speed, dog?
Maybe.
That would work.
I think
Your
I've
average
never seen it done
minivan
that
has
way.
like 5
I mean,
speeds. Do you
I
know
wouldn't
how
wanna
much
do it
load that's
that
putting on every gear?
But you could, right?
It's a stinking ton, bro.
Yeah, let's
You're gonna have a gear
Many
running.
events have to have more than 5
You're gonna have a
speeds.
gear running at like
See,
22,000.
it's not even saying that you could do it that way. I've never seen it done that way.
Pretty sure my car is like an 8 speed.
Anyways, guys, yeah, it's awful. Check it out
Oh,
though.
I've
We're gonna
seen
do
this
it.
one.
We're gonna persevere. Clear the top, bottom, minus. Top. Derivative of the bottom, which is 4 dy
It's
dx.
playing chess again instead of paying attention.
Minus cosine. Over the bottom.
Well, I was just wondering if I told you to do something.
Okay.
And we decided that.
I'll be honest.
Now I'm testing the point pi over 2 and 2. Guys, look. Anywhere like cosine pi over 2 is 0. So anywhere it has a cosine, it's 0. Cosine of pi over 2 is 0. Sine of pi over 2 is 1. Okay? So that's negative 1 and y is 2. That's 8 and 1. That's 0 times, and guess what? 0 times anything is 0. That's completely gone. and then that's 2 and 1. Hold on, I got this, I swear.
This last part? It was just
0 minus, so that's negative 2 times 7, that was all 0, over 7 squared. Which is which is less than 0, therefore d2y dx2 at the point pi over 2, 2 is greater, nope, less than 0.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
So y is concave down, and pi over 2 comma 2 is a relative max. You really do have to do that.
How many points is this last part? Was it just 2?
Not enough,
Maybe.
bro. Not enough.
That'd be
If
the
it's
right
only
one.
2 points, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, if it's only 2 points, I'll take that L.
Wait, Mitchell, I have a question.
A point for getting the second derivative,
You like this?
a point for evaluating it, whether or not, like when you got to here, you didn't even have to put that, you just had to recognize that it was negative. And then a point for saying it has a relative max because the first derivative is 0 and the second derivative is negative.
I got a scratch.
Ooh, that's rough, right?
I just not right
Can
enough.
can I read the thing again?
Do you want a 7-minute break?
Wait, can you go back to the word?
Fine, but then we gotta go through the second packet fast. Yes, we can do a 10-minute break.
Mitchell, I have a packet. Guys, it has all the work in it. Except for the first page. Except for the first page, because I got here after.
You did something. Did you understand it?
I don't understand a lot of it.